Because high blood glucose levels make it difficult to stave off infection, a diabetic with a sore on their foot must be treated differently than a person without diabetes. The sore may be very slow to heal, if it heals at all. Infection often sets in. This can lead to gangrene and, in some cases, amputation. This can be valuable information for anyone who has just been diagnosed as a diabetic and wants to discover which foods are more beneficial. While most diabetics will be told to avoid carbs, avoiding carbohydrates altogether is not often feasible. For someone who thinks a candy bar is way worse than white bread, the glycemic index can be a real eye-opener and can be a great way how to use the glycemic index for someone who is trying to discover which carbohydrates are safer than others. The glycemic index is especially important to those who suffer from diabetes who need to watch their blood glucose. Diabetes have a difficult time breaking down glucose found in many carbohydrates and digesting them normally. This causes kidney and sometimes liver damage. The effect of the glycemic index on the body is that it allows people to know which carbohydrates are the ones that can cause the most damage and those that break down easily in the system. The glycemic index is an ideal tool for a woman who is thinking about becoming pregnant to use to determine which foods to avoid. The glycemic index was developed for diabetics to categorize carbohydrates for those with diabetes. When you become pregnant, follow the advice from your doctor regarding diet and exercise as well as any carbohydrate diets. Sulfonylureas are one of the most popular drugs used to treat diabetes. There are several different types of this drug on the market, the most popular being glucotrol. These drugs work by increasing the amount of insulin released from the pancreas. These drugs work well in lowering blood glucose levels but also run a risk of a person developing hypoglycemia. Until a cure is found, however, there are many ways to treat this disease. When someone gets a diagnosis of diabetes, they often panic and are overwhelmed at all of the information. If you or a loved one is diagnosed with diabetes, become empowered by learning all you can about treating the illness, learning about different medications and making sure that you comply with orders given by your physician. Most of the food that is grown today is from genetically modified, GMO, seed and is grown inorganically using chemical fertilizers, pesticides, herbicides, and fungicides.